Is there anything in the laptop you saw that you've never told anybody?
There's a couple things.
And why haven't you told anybody?
Well, I've never thought it was my responsibility to tell anybody other than the authorities.
Okay.
And I get it. I never wanted to go to the media. I never wanted to go to the press. And I know why, and that's because I knew the media would focus on the sex and the drugs and not the wholesale of our State Department for personal gain, or the national security concerns, or the embarrassment that we will endure when all this comes out. I saw criminal activity. I needed to get this to the proper authorities. The proper authorities bailed, so I went to members of Congress, not directly, my uncle. And then when that didn't get any traction, I came out from the shadows because I was, again, scared. I didn't want to lose my business. I didn't want to be chased from my home. I wanted to have nobody know I existed. But I wanted the truth to get out, and then I realized the only way that was going to happen is if I knocked on the door of a lawyer for the President of the United States, and that worked. And
when you say members of Congress, I don't need names, but did you go to Republican, Democrat? You're in Delaware. Who'd you go to?
My uncle and my father only approached members of Congress that were conservatives. For obvious reasons.
So you went to Republicans, and you got rebuffed? They had no love for what you had to say? What happened?
So, and I've had discussions with some of these individuals that were presented with this information, and I get it. We're talking about February through July of 2020. So there was a pandemic going on. There was also, we're coming off the heels of a Russia, 3 years of Russia. Mm-hmm. Everybody is so paranoid of being caught up in another conspiracy, jeopardizing the political embarrassment, and they have a good reason, because look at what happened with things like Dominion. You know, a conspiracy goes out there, oh, Dominion's changing all these votes around, and then they prove it's wrong. Now Dominion gets to file a $16.7 billion lawsuit and go after all the people that got hooked into this disinformation, these disinformation ploys. And that's why I warned Congress again when there was an individual out in Switzerland trying to say he's found 400 and he's given these drives. We saw, who's that? The young guy. He was parading around Congress going, I have a copy of the drive. He was on C-SPAN.
Yeah. I forgot the name of the guy.
Yeah, a young kid.
So no Republicans were even willing to listen to your story?
The Patriarchal Guard intercepted my uncle and my father and never let them get past the door.
So let me go back. Let me go back to the question. So I want to stay focused on this. So there's a couple things you said that no one knows about, that's only you, that you've kept to yourself. Mm-hmm. Are those couple things like tremendously big than what the public has already been rumored that was in the laptop? Or no, it's just a couple things you just kept away from everybody?
Well, again, I never felt like it was my responsibility to share the data.
No, but that's not what I'm asking. What I'm asking is, those things that you've kept to yourself, are they much bigger and heavier stuff than all the other things?
Personally, yes.
Okay.
But for the country and for the purpose of why I gave it to the laptop, no. It's more of, through Hunter's behavior, I should have a fear for my life.
Okay, so it's more speculation, Hunter with a minor, than it is about linked to the president and what he did with Ukraine or side deals, right? It's more personal, linked to Hunter, not linked to the father.
It's linked to Hunter.
Okay, perfect. So let's set that aside. That's, Hunter's dealing that he's got to go deal with. Okay, so those two things, the couple things that you haven't told anybody, have you told that to the person you trust the most, which is your father? Does anybody know, or is it just you? You're the only person?
No, people I trust know.
Okay, so what I would say to you is, I probably wouldn't hang on to that, because if you do, you're not protected. And I'm not. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying here, because if you're sitting on, I was like, all of a sudden let's put him on suicide watch. That's kind of how people get put on suicide watches.
Oh, I had to make that video a long time ago.
Yeah,
you did make that video.
Oh yeah.
What he's basically asking you about.
Well, no. So
you don't take secrets to the grave.
Like I'm. If I show up,
I'm killed.
I'm not going to kill
exactly.
myself.
Yeah, I'm not going to kill him. Like a John McAfee. Right. I am never going to commit suicide, just so you guys know in jail. Yeah.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.